Hey everybody, welcome back to another video on my Storytime channel. So we're gonna answer the question for the fourth Harry Potter lore video. Why did J.K. Rowling kill off Fred Weasley? Now, J.K. Rowling is known for killing off characters in the Harry Potter series, so every character that dies shouldn't really come as a shock to people because, any character could be killed off. It doesn't matter how popular they are. I mean, just look at Sirius Black. He was popular, but he got killed off. And so basically any character that's popular could be killed off in the Harry Potter series. No one is really safe except for maybe Harry, Ron, and Hermione. You're probably the only characters that can't be touched because they're the main characters. Of course, they're not gonna touch the Golden Trio, but everybody else, on the other hand, isn't so safe. And Fred Weasley, of course, wasn't obviously safe because he got killed off in Deathly Hallows. But we're gonna answer the question: why was he killed off? Well, let me explain why. Now, the Weasley family was numerous. Okay, two parents, obviously, well, every family has two parents. I don't need to explain that. Yeah, two parents and 7 children. So the chances of all 7 kids surviving the war is very unlikely. Now, J.K. Rowling originally planned to kill off Arthur Weasley, the father, the patriarch. She originally planned to kill him off. However, she changed her mind, because he needed to survive so he could see his grandchildren and survive the war. So she had to keep him alive, and same thing for Molly. She had to keep her alive so she could see her grandchildren, and to keep the family together. So Arthur and Molly had to survive, so she kept them alive. Plus, she killed off too many father figures for Harry, so she had to keep at least one father figure alive. So she had to keep Arthur Weasley alive at the very least, even though it wasn't as big as a father figure like Sirius or Remus, at least. I mean, he was there for Harry very often, so she had to keep Arthur alive. So she changed her mind. So if the parents are not going to get killed off, then it leaves the 7 kids. So we go through them one by one. Bill, the eldest Weasley child. He's not. While he did appear in some Harry Potter books, beginning for the 4th book, he appeared in book 4, book 6. I think he appeared in book 7. He didn't appear in as many books as some of the other siblings. So if he got killed off, it wouldn't be like a huge loss. Like, it wouldn't be such a big deal because we hardly know Bill. So if Bill got killed off, it wouldn't have such a big impact. So Bill is out. And then there's Charlie. Charlie is the only Weasley sibling not to appear in the Harry Potter movies. He's the only sibling not to appear in the films. So if they killed off Charlie, just like Bill, Charlie, we don't know much about Charlie. We haven't seen much of Charlie in the books. So them killing off Charlie wouldn't be like a huge shock either. It wouldn't really have a big impact. So killing off Charlie would not have made a big impact either. So Charlie is out as well. Then there's Percy. Now, Percy, of course, is probably the least favorite Weasley sibling out of all the 7 siblings. He's probably everybody's least favorite sibling out of the Weasleys. So if he had gotten killed off, people would definitely not feel upset about that, honestly. Even though Percy did reunite with his family, reconcile with his family in the last book, however, if they killed off Percy, it would not really have such a big impact. It would, if anything, it would feel people would be glad about the death. They wouldn't really care. They'd be glad about it. If anything, saying that some Harry Potter fans probably be glad about Percy's death, probably saying it'd be justified. If he got killed off. So obviously, killing off Percy is also not an option. So Ron Weasley. Ron, of course, is one of the Golden Trio, so obviously they can't kill him off, and plus he needs to be with Hermione, so obviously they can't kill Ron off. And Ginny has to be with Harry in the end, so Ginny obviously can't be killed off either. So if you can't kill off Ron, you can't kill off Ginny. That leaves only the twins then, Fred and George. Now, J.K. Rowling could have left both twins alive, but then that the case, then it would be really unrealistic if every member of the Weasley family survived the war. So somebody has to get killed off. Somebody had to be picked. Of course, she can't kill off both the twins, because that would be like killing off both the twins would be like letting them both leave this life together. Not even that privilege she's going to give them as a punishment, undeserved punishment, I should say. One of the twins has to die. The other twin has to be alive. So one twin goes, and the other twin stays by permanently separating them forever. And the way she does this by killing off one of the twins, keeping the other twin alive. And that's why she killed off Fred. That's why Fred Weasley got killed off, because she has to keep one of the twins alive and keep the other twin dead. So to have a big impact on the fans as well as on the characters, we have to be realistic here. This is emotional trauma for the surviving twin, because they've grown up together, they were born together, they lived their whole lives together. So one of them being killed off would have a psychological impact on the character, on not just the character that died, obviously, not just the impact for the character that died, but for also the character that, that. Not just for the innocent character that died, but for also the characters that survived the trauma, that survived that ordeal, that have to live with that trauma, especially for the dead characters' twins. Of course, that's gonna have such a huge impact, And plus, George already got punished with his ear getting sliced off, so Fred had to be the one to die. Both twins have to suffer punishments, have to go through ordeals undeservedly. So if George got his ear blown off, got his ear taken off, then Fred has to be the one to be killed off, unfortunately. But yeah, that's just an explanation for why J.K. Rowling killed off Fred Weasley. Those are just my thoughts on this whole situation. Just to answer that question, just to clarify any questions. Why J.K. Rowling killed off Fred Weasley. Those are just my thoughts. The 4th video of the Harry Potter lore series. Stay safe, everybody. Tonva Legend 826 out.